Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, for you guys that are trying to figure out what's the best place I can go to that will work with me when I have high debt to income ratio, my credit isn't the best and the banks won't work with me. And I think this is like one of the most challenging things because a lot of times we've been banking with institutions for a long time. Is getting ready to leave, right? But a lot of times we've been banking with our credit unions and banks and stuff like that, and we would assume that they would be a little forgiving in terms of working with us in terms of funding and stuff like that, whether it's on the business side or the personal side. So that being said, where would you want to go to, or where you should go? There's a place online, it's an online lender, and it's called Max Personal Loans, all right? And they loan up to $50,000. Now, they state they are not a database type of lender, meaning that you put your information in and then they shop it around. They said that they are a direct lender, all right? And they do not do a hard pull on the credit, all right, to see if you pre-qualify. And to my understanding, they said that they work with they may not be in every state, all right, because I think one of the hardest states for people to get funding in is maybe like New York, right? So that's one of the harder states. But that being said, maxpersonalloans.com is probably where you want to look. Now, here's the thing about it. When these people are telling you that, hey, we don't do a hard pull on the credit, you have to think about it. Well, if they don't do a hard pull on the credit, how am I qualified, right? So what they do, they use the third-party credit bureaus. But here's the thing about it. Most people don't realize there's 5 different third-party credit bureaus that they may utilize, all right? And I'm gonna tell you one of the most dangerous ones that most people are not aware of, especially when it comes to online personal loans and stuff. And I'll tell you some of the other lenders as well. But here's the thing about it. If you have like taken out a loan or something like that online before and you defaulted on that loan, what it is, there's a credit bureau called Teletrack, okay? And so with Teletrack, it keeps records of all the loans that you apply for online, okay? And it lets them know, like different institutions that use Teletrack, it lets them know if you defaulted in the past, right? So besides Teletrack, you have Clarity, right? So with Clarity is used by, which is owned by Experian. Then you have DataX. So with DataX, it's owned by Equifax, and then you have Factor Trust. Now, here's one that most people don't even think about, your LexisNexis. That's right, with your LexisNexis credit file, all right, a lot of lenders would use that as well. So you wondering like, hey, how come I can't get this loan? You said it's bad credit and stuff. If they check one of those 5 databases and they find out that you took a loan out in the past and you defaulted on it, you know, and they're mainly checking for that, or and mainly with them, or if you're currently in a bankruptcy, all right? So if you're currently in a bankruptcy, they won't work with you, all right? So you have to keep that in mind. Now, another lender, now for those of you that are in business, especially business, DreamSpring, okay? So with DreamSpring, they issue loans as well. It's a non-profit, okay? And they get most of their capital funding from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they help small businesses get funding and stuff. It was mainly set up for minority-owned businesses because those were the ones that had the most challenges, all right? So see that helicopter there? You probably can't see it. It's just there. Anyway, like if you want to get off of this here island and you got nausea from taking a boat, you can actually take the helicopter. And so with the helicopter, it takes about 25 minutes to get back to mainland. And so I think they charge like a couple $100. All right, so just so you know, if you ever decide to come to Catalina Island, that's where I'm at now, and you wanted to check it out. And so as you can see, like all of these yachts and stuff. So I like coming over here. You know, it's very relaxing. I don't know how you guys may not can see it, but it's the water's pretty clear. You have a lot of koi fish and stuff. If those of you that have seen my fishing trip, my deep sea fishing trip, I came out to this island, but I was on the other side of the island fishing and things of that nature. So that was a very good video. I encourage you guys to go check it out. Now, going back to Dream Spring, it's a 620 credit score minimum, 620 credit score, and their loans are issued through Upstart. Now, here's the thing about it: it's for business, and I always tell people to go for the line of credit. They have a $50,000 line of credit. That way you don't have to keep on applying for a loan, because all you do is use it, pay it down, and use it again, right? So that makes it so much easier. But they offer up to a $50,000 line of credit for small businesses. So if you thinking about getting funding, they do offer that $50,000 loan. Now, another thing about it with Dream Spring, yes, their business loans do report on both the business and personal side as well. Now, they do offer some other separate loans also, so that's also something. Now, you also have, here's my thing, like Upstart, they issue out loans, right? And the thing about it with Upstart, for those of you that have applied for Upstart and you didn't get approved with Upstart, well, did you know that they use LexisNexis and SageStream? That's right. So yes, they use TransUnion, but they also use LexisNexis and SageStream. So when they talk about that soft pull, what I was just telling you about the credit bureaus, that's what I mean, is that they are going to use these third-party databases, and it's going to tell them what's really going on. Now, there's a couple other things that can actually get you denied your loan as well. One of them, if say that they may have a misspelling in your name in the credit bureaus and stuff like that, because they have a misspelling of your name, and you put one name on the application, but that's not from what they're pulling from the third-party credit bureaus, that can get you denied as well. But even a bigger problem that most people have and has nothing to do with the credit is that address. A lot of times, because of AI and all these different databases and stuff like that, they may not have the most updated address. And so since they don't have the most updated address when it comes to when it comes to trying to get you approved for funding and stuff, that itself has nothing to do with your credit. That itself can actually get you denied. All right, so that's something that you also should keep in mind as well. So it's not sometimes always about the credit, because I know like with Upstart, they usually work with people with a 580, but again, if the information is not accurate, they won't approve you, and you don't even know why. But just think about it. Like I said, it won't be from the major credit bureaus. It's going to be from those third party. It's going to be from LexisNexis, that they don't pull that data and they seen what's going on with you. All right. So then there's also Upgrade, right? So with Upgrade, again, just a soft pull to see if you pre-qualify and stuff like that. So that's the good part about it, especially if you have challenging credit. Now, one of the other bigger things that people definitely have an issue is that debt to income ratio. Now, this is where these here lenders have a more favorable thing. Oh, look at it. You guys probably can't see it, but it's a couple of koi fish down there. My daughter, she just went snorkeling, so she went over that way, but there's a koi fish over there, a couple of them. So And like when we get off the boat, like you see a whole lot of koi fish and stuff like that. So let's see what happens. Like when you go snorkeling, you see more types of fish. Look at that. It's going back in that coral reef. There. Y'all see any yachts? Oh, by the way, like these here boats and stuff, guys, you all can go to Find My Boat, and it's another one that you can go to, and actually you can rent these boats like this here. Like say these yachts and stuff here, like with some of these yachts, like for like a 4 or 5 hour session, you're gonna spend about $3,000. But most of the time, like these here yachts, they will come with a captain to them. They'll come with a captain to them, right? And so I think that's the bottomless boat, where that you are looking down, you sitting inside the boat, and you can actually see like the different fish and stuff like that. So over here, around there is where I caught, well, I didn't catch any, my son did. He caught a bluefin tuna, but had to throw it back because it wasn't big enough, you know. So I told him I was thinking about coming back out here, but he doesn't like it. So I have to come back out here myself to go deep sea fishing, or find somebody to go with me. But I like coming out here. And oh yeah, like up in here, like up in these mountains, there's a wild buffalo that roam around and stuff. So most of the time when people come out here, they don't go no further than like here, like where the hotels is and stuff like that, right? But if you take a tour, there's actually a tour that'll take you further back up in there, and then further back up in there, like you would come across like the wild buffalo and things of that nature. So here's some of the stuff at the community service organization with the Contact Chamber of Commerce for information, Island Off-Post, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Avalon Lions Club, Avalon Rotary Club. So, but like I said, this is a pretty cool place. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm gonna rent a golf cart, and me and my wife is going to drive around the island. Check and see where my daughter is first. I'll show you the boat that we came over on. Let me see. As we was coming out here, we had the dolphins that was swimming out with us. One place that you also can look at, and I did have a client, had high income, but the credit was not the best. It was right at about a 580, but he had a consistency of high income. And Best Egg, they give you up to $50,000 too. So see this here boat here? This is the boat that I've actually taken. And you'll be able to see more, see all the water, how clear the water is. It's a coral reef. I'm trying not to go too far because my wife is back there waiting on me. But you can see the koi fish down in the water. Yeah, there's some going to koi fish. Well, that leaf turn look like a snake, but it's not. If you want to do a little kayaking, canoeing, you can do that. What is this? Let's see. Security measures. Alright. So this is so here's the prices for the snorkeling. So with the snorkeling, you get the mask, snorkeling fins for $12. Is an hour. So this is the wetsuit. Me and my son did that. But like I say, he's been wanting to do the sea urchins. So you got a half a day. So it's not that. It's pretty. I guess it's a wedding. Look at that. A lifeguard.